Well, I think I see merit on both sides of the issue. Having our own little election in May, I think it sets us apart. I think it calls more attention locally to it, so that we get a possibly more focused turnout, not necessarily a bigger turnout, but a more focused turnout for our own specific issues, and people can really focus in on that. If we were to couple it with a greater scale election, I think we might lose some of that focus on the individual local matters. I do think it would save, I think, roughly $6,000 or $7,000 for the municipality, but I would much prefer to keep it the way we have it in our own capacity.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Williamson?
Again, I don't know. Save some money. I think you're going to definitely get more people out to vote if you move it to November. Roughly, we have, I think, on a big election, we'll get 13% of our electorate out to vote. That's pretty low. General elections, do we get maybe 25%? At least we're going to get more people out voting for what really matters in the town. You will lose some of that local flavor, but I think moving it to November would be a good idea.
Thank you. Mr. Ryan?
Thank you. Bob raised a very important point, I think, and that's basically about getting, the temptation would be right away, yeah, why not just let's move it to November, we will save money, you might get a bigger turnout, but you also get the local people way down on the ballot, and the local issues might just get swamped, okay, in the overall issues that come before, if it's a gubernatorial or a state election. We might not get all this wonderful media coverage that we're getting here tonight if we were out there with assemblymen and other legislators. So while I say, oh yeah, let's move it to November, I really think I do like the idea that we just we are sort of isolated, and the people who are interested in local government, and I've looked at the last few elections, and I've been heartened. I've gotten data from the last 4 municipal elections, and the amounts keep going up every year. And I don't think that's any surprise, because I think what's happened is there's more of a focus on property taxes and municipal stuff. And this is where the rubber meets the road, folks, okay? And I think people are starting to realize I as a citizen have to get more involved in my local elections, because that's where I can really make a difference. So, that's how I'm going to say I'm going to go with Bob on that one. I'd like to keep it in May.
Thank you. Mr. Rowan?
I'd also keep it in May. I think if you look over the last couple of years, the increased interest in municipal government, the number of people that are consistent visitors to town council meetings, the outcry of public support for stabilizing the property tax rate, it's good for us as a town. It's good for people to be involved and to want to know and to hear things about what's going on right outside their front door. I mean, all politics are local at some point, but this is really local. These are the things that affect your day-to-day life. How quickly your street gets plowed, when it's going to get paved, what your property tax bill is. These are critically important issues to people just trying to own a house and then go to work and send their kids to school. So I would hope that we leave them as their own issue, that we let people do things like we're doing here tonight and come out and meet everybody and learn about the issues and vote knowledgeably. So I do believe that we want that quality of turnout. We want those well-educated voters who have had time to get the good media coverage on the important issues. I leave it where it is.
Thank you. Mr. DeOld?
My philosophy on this is if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And that's exactly, we're doing it this way. I don't know anyone who has told me, other than possibly a larger turnout, but I don't know that, like Mr. Ryan said, that as you get the issues on local, it's further and further down on the ballot. I don't know that it would make any improvement. I really feel that we need to focus on what we're doing here in town and bring the issues to the public at a forum like this. And when we come up to the election, that's what we're looking at. We're not looking at all what's happening with the state of New Jersey, what's happening in Washington, D.C., and all the confusion. I would just rather leave it right where it is. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Thank you. Ms. Schwartz?
I see one of the main problems of moving our elections to November is that in November the elections are partisan. So there would be a lot of confusion, as there is already some confusion when you talk to people when you're running for town council. They ask you if you're a Republican or Democrat, and then you have to explain that it doesn't matter in Verona. So I think there would be double confusion with that. The ballot would be very confusing also. And then, as everybody else said, the local issues would just be buried. They wouldn't be dealt with. Everybody would be interested in the national budget, gun control, whether we're going to war, foreign policy, and stuff like getting the roads paved will be forgotten. So I really support our election in May. I know we don't get a big turnout, but maybe we need to work harder on that. But as far as November, I don't think that would work at all. I think that would work against the town's interest rather than for it.